entrepreneurs, welcome back. Stephen Jordan here, business law attorney for 18 plus years. Worked with very prominent large business law firms, as well as serving as in-house counsel for successful business corporations. I've represented large and small companies ranging from closely held entities to publicly traded companies. Thousands of transactions over the years, and practice exclusively business law, which includes intellectual property and real estate. So, disclaimer, the content in this video and in my other videos, which I encourage you to take a look at, is not legal advice. It is presented for informational purposes only. Okay, the topic for this video is, am I overpaying for business law services that I need? So to answer that question, I've broken it down into 5 separate questions that lead us to that answer. So question number 1, do I need a lawyer? If you're operating your business, I hope you're getting some guidance. So the firm answer, direct, literal answer, do I need a lawyer? No, you don't. You can do it on your own, but you don't know what you don't know, and you're running with a lot of risk. Should you engage a business law attorney? Yes, you should. Question number 2, what is the type of lawyer that I want? It comes down to 2 things. You want a business law attorney exclusive. You don't want the generalist. You don't want somebody who's doing 60% business and 40% personal injury. You don't want people that are mixing and matching. People that are doing that, they're not an expert in any one thing. So get a business law attorney exclusively. The second thing that you want in the lawyer that you engage is you want experience. You want an experienced business law attorney. For I would say 10 plus years, and then you got somebody that's seasoned, somebody that you entrust your business concerns and issues with. So that's question 2. Question 3, what about internet website legal service companies, the LegalZooms and those that are offering cookie cutter services and things of that nature? I don't recommend it. In this world today, you've seen it in your own life, I'm sure, everything is getting more and more automated, less and less personal services, everything's internet driven, everything's form driven. You want an attorney that you can talk to, not somebody that you just pass from one to the other. A lot of those companies will say, we know people in each jurisdiction and handling all these different areas. They will so you'll be passed around all the time. You will get people. They'll try to automate any area of practice into forms. So I don't recommend it. I suggest you get a real person, somebody that's responsive to you and your company's needs. Okay, is it a good idea? I would say no. 4, how do I find the right lawyer? Now, the best way is word of mouth and by recommendation. You can, but if you know somebody in your family that represented a family member in a divorce, that they had a good experience, that person is a divorce lawyer. Just because they handled one matter for some tangential family member or friend doesn't mean they're the right person. But you want, ideally, somebody that comes recommended. Now, you can, if you don't have any recommendations to explore, suggestions, then you can start with searching like Martindale-Hubbell. Martindale-Hubbell is a national company, been around a long time before the internet, but now they're available on the internet. You can look on the internet, Martindale-Hubbell, I think it's martindalehubbell.com, and you can search and by practice area, location, and I think a lot of those have biographical information, so you can get information there. But again, you want a lawyer that is exclusively business law and that it's experienced. And then once you get it down to a few, you ideally would like to interview a few lawyers. Now, You want to inquire about their practice, what they do, and for how long. How much experience do you have? And specifically in business law, exclusively business law. Um, and this will also help you to determine and gauge how responsive they are. The number one complaint against lawyers, no matter what state you're in, is they're not responsive. You want an attorney that is there for your needs. There's always exceptions as to somebody had a death in the family or something like that, but so many lawyers just, I hear it all the time. They never get back to me, never get back to me, and it's the number one complaint. So I recommend that if you don't get, you put out a few emails and or voicemails to potential business law attorneys, and they wait 3 days to get back to you. Their time is more valuable in their mind than the interest of your business. So I would look elsewhere. I'm just saying. So I think those are really important things. And then so the fifth question comes down to, am I paying too much? If you're paying, you can also, let me back up. You can also do all kinds of research on the internet on any candidate, any firm, and so weed down who you might potentially want to talk to and ask, how long have you been, what is your practice, what all inclusive, and then how long have you been doing exclusively that, and give me examples on, and maybe even in your particular industry, what similar type companies have you represented. All that being said, last question, am I paying too much? Now, whether or not you're paying too much, again, forget the internet-based service companies. So you're down to most of the people that you end up talking to and through Martindale Hubble are going to be people at sizable firms, because if they're doing exclusively business law, chances are they're not in a small firm. Chances are they have big firm experience, which I have, and that's why area of practice is narrowed. The smaller the firm, the more generalized their practice is, and that's not the lawyer that you want. Now, there can be some lawyers that used to be at big firms, and they're still exclusive and took their business and their practices outside, and they can be running a solo shop. That's very possible, and those are the kind of lawyers that you want. Chances are they're going to be very expensive due to their level of experience, and they were able to take their business elsewhere. That's just how it works. So ideally, what do you want? You want a seasoned attorney at the least possible cost, somebody that can really do the job, that isn't going to soak you. The bigger firms are going to charge you a boatload. You're going to be looking at paying at a big firm. You're going to, for a seasoned lawyer, I don't know. I've seen it upward is 750, definitely 550 bucks an hour. This stuff really adds up. You want them to review 3 contracts, and it's going to be negotiated with other attorneys on the other side of the deal. It's going to be really, really cost prohibitive, or at least really expensive. And so, and what they'll often do too, if you're looking, they'll pass on work to a lower level associate. So the firm has the experience, but they bring in younger attorneys, they charge less. Still, at the floor, they're going to be charging the associates, who you don't want, at around $250-ish. Maybe that's even low today. It's probably going, because it goes up every year. Every firm, every lawyer, they go around the firm and then they raise their rates. So I might even be, because I haven't been at a big firm in a handful of years, so it's very possible that my 250 number for the floor on an associate is low. So find, as best you can, a competitor. Ask them their rate. Ask them each time that you present them with work. Here's what I need. Here's what the issues are, and I need these, 3 agreements turned around within a certain amount of time. Here's what's being negotiated. Here are the principal points. It's going to require some back and forth with the lawyers. What do you think it's going to cost, and how long do you think this is going to take? And they'll give you their best gauge. You ask their rate. They're going to tell you what their rate is. Do all this comparative work, and then just my final point is, I'll leave it at that. So what I have two things that I can offer. One is I offer a comprehensive business guide. It's offered at $19.99. It's not going to have all the answers to all your legal issues forever. It's going to have basic information about big picture issues, a lot of different issues. I can email you the table of contents so you can get an idea of the breadth of this business guide. It's available for $19.99 if you're interested. Apart from that, I provide legal and business consulting services to clients all over, and I can charge, to give you an idea, a fraction of what the other experienced lawyer is going to charge. It's probably about a fifth or maybe even less that I can charge. I don't have the overhead, but I got all the big firm experience exclusively in that area. Email me. My rate out of the gate, $125. Initial consultation. We can negotiate from there based on what your needs are, and we can go from there. Stephen Jordan, Stephen Jordan ESQ at gmail.com. Feel free to email me. So I think that's about it. So thank you for tuning in once again. Hope the information was helpful. I'll be posting a number of videos on a lot of different business and legal topics. So feel free to take a look at those. And if you got any questions or comments, please feel free to email me, Stephen Jordan ESQ, Stephen Jordan ESQ at gmail.com. And I'm very responsive with emails, so I'll get back to you very promptly. So I hope you enjoyed that. Stephen Jordan, wishing all of you prodigious business success. Have a wonderful day.